Hey there, welcome to Sumit Academy and to my series on the art of essay writing. I do hope that you have subscribed to my channel. No? Then please do so and press the subscribe button now. This is the 10th video in my series on the art of composing an essay. Let us now move on to the crux of the essay body. Having mastered our opening paragraph, we now take tentative steps towards the nitty-gritty of the main body of the essay. You need to come to grips with your argument and structure what you're planning to say. One of the first things is to develop a position. The main body of the essay is all about having an opinion, a position, taking a stance, and arguing your case. But expressing what you think is difficult if you are not sure of your opinion in the first place. Consider your viewpoint seriously, and writing the main body of your essay becomes far easier. When looking at an essay title, consider these points. First, how much does the topic interest you? Is it an area that you are familiar with, or does it link in any way to your life? If you have practical examples, you should make a note of them now. Second, do you want to look at this topic from a particular perspective? Does it make a difference to your view that you are a woman or a man, a parent or a person of a particular race, or from a different culture to the mainstream? Identifying something that you can bring to the main question may help you to develop your ideas better and give direction to your essay. Third, how can you be objective? You don't want to turn your essay into a personal opinion piece or a rant. So you need to step back from your views and think about the aspects of the topic that really catch your attention and those that don't. Can you be completely dispassionate or impersonal about the view or the stand that you take? If you can't, consider how you're going to be as objective as you need to be in your essay writing. Generally, you can write a strong and effective essay if you take a position on the topic. You should know the key supporters and detractors of the position you adopt. You should also be aware of the quality of the evidence that they use to support their contentions. You may want to present two sides to an argument in a balanced manner. This is a good approach to start with. If you choose to adopt a very even approach, you still need to reach a conclusion eventually, so bear in mind that you are looking for the weight of evidence to decide one way or the other. Your ideas may change as you go along, but as soon as you have got enough evidence, you should make up your mind about what you think and get on with your essay. UPSC level essays demand three different styles of writing, that is descriptive, analytical, and reflective. You need to use these styles effectively in the main body of your essay. So, let us outline how each of them works. First is the descriptive writing. You may use descriptive writing in your essay to apprise the examiner about the constituent parts of the topic you are discussing and to set the scene and context. You use descriptive writing for answering the questions what, where, when, and who, but never a why. We also use descriptive writing to describe relationships, identifying factors, showing the order of something, or stating, telling, and explaining something. Second, analytical writing. Analytical writing is reasoned argument. It requires you to break your arguments into parts. While writing analytically, you are considering the reliability of the source, evaluating the strengths and weaknesses of a position, identifying significant factors, picking out any underlying assumptions, showing the importance of something, and weighing up the evidence. Your structure must be really clear, otherwise, your examiner can get lost in your essay. The rule of thumb is to make your key point with clarity. Explain what you mean by giving an explanation of some of the terms and explaining those terms if required. You need to build a logical sequence of points that lead to one another, and each point should reinforce the argument. And as I told you earlier, stick to 1 point per paragraph. As you weigh up the evidence, think about the focus of the argument. What is the view on this? You need to provide and evaluate this evidence in your essay, showing clearly how you are harnessing it to support your points. This is the part that the examiner is most interested in reading. And don't forget to engage with any disagreements and counter agreements. You do need to mention them, demonstrating their inherent weaknesses and showing how your ideas and logical arguments are considerably stronger. Don't be afraid of being critical. Some candidates struggle with critical analysis because they wrongly define criticism in the same way that you may think about being negative, rude, or unpleasant. You don't have to be an argumentative sort of person to present a clear argument. You do need to be reasoned and thoughtful. Argument means looking at the pros and cons of an idea and weighing up the evidence. What you are trying to do is present a persuasive and strong case that supports a particular viewpoint. Now, we move on to keeping a balanced view. You can keep a balanced view only if you have read enough about the subject and examined relevant information. You need to consider viewpoints other than your own, present them fairly, and analyze them critically. Throughout your essay, you present your own view balanced with those of others. You should use recognized thinkers in the field. Their views should form the evidence for your considered evaluative view. Knowing what counts as evidence is important. Evidence does not have to be the result of an experiment or a massive research project with thousands of subjects. More important than this type of evidence is careful and thorough sourcing and the quality of the source. Evidence can be of various forms, like critics' views, data from formal research, ideas and arguments of recognized theorists, and finally, passages of writing and literature. Your golden rules for evidence is making sure that the evidence is appropriate to the essay. Right. Now let us move on to incorporating quotations. Sometimes you have to use the author's words because no other will suffice. A large number of candidates tend to quote too often and too lengthily. That is a sure sign that you have doubts about your ability to paraphrase or summarize, or you are unsure about the important part of a passage. So you quote the whole thing, hoping that you have hit the target. Use quotations if you are going to counter what the writer has said, but not for adding padding to your argument. It is also to be used in small numbers as they are less effective when their presence dominates your essay. Keep quotations short and cleverly woven into your sentences as they interfere when they are too long and they become intrusive. Present your quotations correctly. Clearly signal them with quotation marks and indent them if they are more than 3 lines. Otherwise, contain them within your paragraph. You should not change them or distort them in any way. Do not use quotations to make a point on your behalf. You make the point first, then use the quotation to back up what you are saying. When calculating the word count, quotations embedded in your sentences fall into the total number of words. Examiners really do not like long quotations because they suspect that the candidates are trying to pull the wool over their eyes and fool them into thinking that they have written a lot, when in fact a large portion of the essay is taken up by quotations. By all means, use quotations to support what you are saying, but keep them short and try to embed them into your sentences. Well, so much for how to write the main body of our essay. In our next video, which will be the 11th in our series on the art of essay writing, we shall study on how to write the conclusion of our essay. Do look out for my other videos on essay writing. In the meantime, the topics I gave you in the introduction, for them, try writing out the main body of those topics. I do hope that you have subscribed to my channel. Do subscribe now so that you don't miss out on my future videos. In case you wish to give a feedback or suggest future videos, do write in to sumitacademy20@gmail.com. Till later then, cheers.